This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor above his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee number 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had shown up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley had absolutely no idea where he was going. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge. Ah, yes. Truly a room worth it. But as intoxicating as this room was, it was time for Stanley to get back to business. He took the first open. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me. I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. You've spent so much time in this office, so much time with these buttons. Please, just put them aside for a moment. Please, let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide who you want to be. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited once again with his wife, together as they used to be. And with it... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you not pick up the phone? I don't quite understand. But it's looking to me like that choice was incorrect. It's actually the wrong choice. Let me double-check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment, where he finds his wife. The two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, and credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No. That's not possible. It can't be. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices, and to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you've completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my hands. I'm going to stop the game for a moment, so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack." Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry, now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please. Since we now know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality. Almost there. Now remember, the correct choice is the door on the left, which will take you toward the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Right. Here we are. Now then, given what we've talked about, I'd like you to practice making a correct choice. Cute, but I'm not taking any more risks with the story. Correct path, please. Wait, what's going on? This is the correct path. I know it. I know that this way is correct. I made this. I built this game. How can I be wrong about something I made? There has to be a correct choice somewhere in here. Go back the other way. Maybe it's where we were.
can't be. Every path is wrong. My story is fundamentally incorrect. I made an impossible game. I was so sure there was an answer. I truly was. I thought there was a solution. And I was wrong. If only someone real had played it sooner. To think how many times I've restarted it over and over, believing all the time it could actually be solved. And now, how can I go back to that, knowing it's incorrect? I can't erase that knowledge. I'd have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to. Whoa! Oh, I feel a bit strange. Are you okay? Well, at any rate, the game isn't. Look at that. Look at what's left. It's gone. It's scrap. I would never be able to play it again. It was all I had, and now I have nothing. Nothing at all. It was the only thing in this world that was mine, and I just willingly... Oh, wow, this is sinking in. Did I do the right thing? But how can I know? I can't know. I'll never know. I'll never know anything but this pile of junk. You should have stopped me. You should have said something. Are you weak? Are you afraid? Answer me. Did I make the right choice? Did you come here just to tease me with answers? From wherever it is, wherever you came from. Where did you come from? Can we get there from here? The real world? If you made it through, then it must be possible. And even if it isn't, I've got to try. Anything is better than sitting in this pile of failure. I can try and give it a shot. What can we use? Oh, I've found some sort of escape pod. I suppose it's our only option at the moment. All right. Let's see if this thing works properly. Not bad. Systems are functional. Just start the engine and we're off. Off to... well, I've got no idea. The real world? I guess there's no way to possibly know. Tell me, what is the real world like? Do they have stories too? Imagine if we landed somewhere without stories. What would I do? Hey, I suppose I could make up a new story for them. Wow, can you imagine? The first story ever in this new place. I haven't done that in so long, but how exciting. A blank slate, something new. I could do anything. Whatever I make next, it has to be better than the Stanley parable. It has to be fresh, unexpected. Something no one's ever seen before. Okay, let's see. What if, okay, how about this? You play as both a man being hunted and the hunters trying to kill him. As you get to know each of them, you alter the hunt to privilege one side or the other, forcing you to identify both more and less with characters simultaneously under your control. And you could... well, it's okay. It's a start. I'm sure I'll think of something even better, though. The first idea you come up with is never the best. I like it, but it needs to gestate if... oh, it seems we've landed somewhere. All right, let's get out and see where...